Hello, friends. So, the new expansion just got announced. Dragonflight. Who would have thought? I reacted to it, of course. I watched it on stream with you guys. We watched it together. And I'm gonna have my reaction to the trailer at the end of this video because I feel like that's the meta. You have to have your reaction. But I'm not a professional reactor to these things, so my reaction is kind of just me watching it, and I try my best not to go, full YouTube personality. Whoa, a dragon! Whoa. I tried not to do that, and it ended up just. If you want to watch it, it's at the end of this video. But I wanted to record this after I went for a walk and I thought about it a little bit. I have some thoughts about the cinematic, the reveals. And I'm gonna try to keep it positive. I'm gonna get the negative kind of feedback out of the way first because we need to focus on the positive here, okay? Shadowlands is over in a year. No more Torghast. Hopefully there's not gonna be a pick your Dragonflight and each Dragonflight locks you into a certain ability and you have to farm your renown, but it's not renown now, it's called Dragon Affinity. Hopefully none of that. Now, the cinematic. How did I feel about the cinematic? Now, I said this right after I watched it. I don't want to be negative, okay? It looks great. We're in 2022. It looked amazing. Not Sindragosa. Alexstrasza looked great. The Stone Bro looked great. The environment looked amazing. The particles everywhere, it was awesome. But from a storytelling point of view, I want to say it started off great with I think that was War of the Ancients. By the way, I haven't done any research on anything, so I didn't read any comments. I wanted to have my original thoughts on this, even if they're wrong. But I thought there was War of the Ancients at first. That's what was in the distance, and they just closed the borders, kind of. They hid the island, and then they went to sleep. For some reason, those were the Titan Forged, the Stone Bros, and the Stone Bros were cool because you have them in Uldaman, I think, as well. You see them throughout WoW in general, and now they've awakened. Why did they awaken? I don't know. I didn't really get that part. So basically, the Stone Bro wakes up. He's the only guy alive, I think. And then he goes in and he does a little peck fly and brings the stones together. And just because it so happened that this one guy was awake and he had the pecs to actually pull that thing and start the beacon, that's why we got in the expansion, basically. I feel like there's a bit of a lack of direction with the expansion. The whole expansion is happening because that guy did the thing. And also when he fell down and then the dragon, how did the dragon caught him? From the moment of him turning the beacon on, what were the dragons just 5 seconds away and they couldn't see the island? How did they teleport from the main continent to the island instantly to catch him? That was a little confusing. But that's not the problem I have with the cinematic. I just think it was just not very. There was no goosebumps moment. The only moment that was kind of cool was the dragon catching the stone dude. But the stone dude is literally an NPC. I didn't feel a very strong emotional connection to him. I'm sorry to say. Okay, I'm not a heartless monster, but he's literally a rock guy. He's. I mean, it was cool that he sacrificed himself, but didn't have to apparently. But there was no fighting. There was nothing really. There was nothing poggers. I think that's the best way to put it. It wasn't poggers. If I think back of the original cinematic, you had some people fighting. That was pretty sick. The Burning Crusade one was insane. We had Illidan. It was super hyped to see Illidan in the cinematic. It was sick. Arthas, the Lich King one. Oh my god, it was sick. What else did we have? Cataclysm, Deathwing. We had a clear bad guy, and he destroyed the world. It looked amazing. Then we had Mop. I really liked the Mop cinematic actually. Mop cinematic with the dudes fighting and the panda and the what is worth fighting for. That was goosebumps. It was so sick. Then we had. You get my point, right? Even Shadowlands. Yeah, Bolvar got his ass kicked, but at least he looked insanely cool getting his ass kicked, I suppose. And there was some big event happening. Here, the big event happening was the guy doing a peck fly and summoning dragons, which looked good, but it didn't really make me feel much. I have to say. I really don't want to be negative, but I watched the cinematic, right? And then they said, for you classic players, we haven't forgotten about you. And they showed, it wasn't even a cinematic. They just showed Frostmourne in pieces getting put back together with some dialogue and the Arthas My Son music in the background. And I was like, oh my God. Instantly, I was way more excited for rather the Lich King Classic than for the new expansion. Maybe it's just like some monkey neuron activated when I hear that music, but yeah, I was like, damn, this cinematic could have been a little bit better. Why does the player even go to the Dragon Isle? Like, what's our purpose there? I guess the hero of Azeroth is actually homeless, which is not a problem. Like we didn't get player housing. I guess we're just homeless, and hey, we found this new island. There's dragons. You wanna tag along? And like, since I'm homeless, sure, I'll tag along. They even said the player goes there and they have to figure out and solve some of the problems on the island. Like, why? Why? We just came from literally the afterlife. We saved the whole universe. We saved reality. And now we have to go to the island. I mean, I would go anyway. But imagine an expansion. What if they had the same expansion without like pushing you on this railroads, Like, go this there you go, this is the content now. I mean, I get it, it's, yeah, the game can't be like it used to be, but I think it would be kind of cool if you just talk to NPCs and they say, oh yeah, by the way, there's this insane sick island we found. There's a lot of content there. If you want to go, you can go, but you can do whatever you want. Let's actually talk about the dragon, the new playable race and class and spec. I think it was called Invoker or Invoker, is the mage slash healer, and it's a dragon. And the first time I saw it, I thought it looked stupid. It's like a long neck, and it looks really. I thought it looked stupid, but then I thought about it a little bit, and yeah, it's silly. It looks kind of weird, but I mean, it's WoW. Is it more silly than having pandas and tiny fox people? I don't know. It's fine. One thing that is cool about the dragons is the potential for class fantasy. I mean, it's a freaking dragon infused with the power of the aspects. So it's kind of like Captain Planet meets Illidan. I mean, there's a lot of content you could do there. They have like the power of Earth, the power of time, the power of life. It's literally Captain Planet, but a dragon. So I think, yeah, it looks a little weird, but who cares? We have pandas, we have fox people. Why not dragons? I think it could have looked a little bit better, but it is what it is. I did not believe any of the leaks. It turns out everything was true. The talent system, that's probably, the talent system and the ducks and the professions. That's the best thing for me. This is what I wanted from the expansion mainly. I wanted the classes to feel good to play. Okay? Feel good to play. And then horizontal progression. And we're getting horizontal progression with the professions, it seems like. I don't even understand exactly how the professions work, but it looks like you have your own mini game, and you can actually like pop off as a profession master. You can be known on your server or something. It's actually like a skill that you progress as you're progressing your actual power level on your character, and they're separate, which is great. That's exactly what horizontal progression is, and I think it's sick to just have more of that. Also, the dragon riding. So it's not flying per se, so we're not getting flying straight out of the box, but they put a heavy emphasis on this dragon thing. Like, you can customize the dragon, and it did say over time you learn more tricks with it. You learn how to fly better, longer. At this point, after 18 years, my brain has learned to pick up on these signals. What that means is basically dailies and time-gated content, which is perfectly fine, and it looks really fun. And it's great as long as it's not tied to player power. Just, I hope we don't get it to where it's like you gotta do your dailies and you gotta like fly with your dragon every day, and then in a month from now, if you've done all your chores, if you've washed your dragon and everything, then you get 5% more damage on your mind blast. Please, none of that. Please. If it's just for the sake of the dragon, and the more you do it, the bigger your dragon, the more you can fly, that's insane. Holy, that's so sick. I would do it just for that. I would do it just for that, like a giant, humongous dragon, play it into arena. Hopefully I can use it as a regular mount at least. That would be very nice as well. And I would do that, training your dragon, sick. Professions, sick. Make the classes fun to play, and hopefully talent trees will like do that, or at least like shaking up talent trees completely, making new talents, does mean that they're going to look at every class individually, which is great, because then maybe they can look at some of the feedback. Obviously they know what to do with the classes, like it's not like they don't know how to fix some specs, and I'm not going to pretend like I know how to fix anything, but I only play Shadow Priest. I know what problems Shadow Priest has in PvE and PvP, and I know there's a lot of good ideas on the forums and on like Warcraft Priests on Discord. If you want suggestions, like obviously they can find it. Searing Nightmare feels bad. Shadow Priest AoE in PvE is terrible. In PvP, there's like, I don't want to like get into complaining ground here, and every class has their own problems, but I hope they just look into it and fix some of the problems. Also, I would really like for classes to be really fun to play outside of cooldowns. Because I feel like the way it is now, at least for my class, when you're outside of void form, it's just kind of boring. But then in void form, you pop off. I kind of want the class to be really fun to play in general. Maybe that's impossible. I don't know. Whatever, I'm just rambling at this point. Okay, this is the Hopium part. Shadow Priest. AoE. Mobility. Single target burst damage. Mind Games baseline, the ability to summon tentacles, the ability to fly, the ability to do damage, the ability to beat Warlocks 1v1, the ability... That's it. Simple. That's all we need. That's my little rant, gentlemen. I'm gonna leave you with my amazing reaction to the cinematic, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.
The world has been sundered. It cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. We entrust our ancestral home to you, the Watchers.
War of the Ancients.
Let the land slumber, hidden even from our own eyes. You will feel our return in the waking of the land. Then you must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us forever.
Oh, I know what this is. They collect. did. Focus. Give up? No. Oh, he's gonna fix it. The antenna. Oh. Okay. He fixed it. Ah. Well, at least you did it. Not the rock guy. Oh! Yeah, I was saved! It was real! The leaks were real. Yo.
The world is healing. But her fate is yet uncertain.
That's dragons.
Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
Whoa, Dragonflight! That's crazy! People are right! Savix is saying he doesn't like the Gigasoy and he wants the Giga Chad, like this thick one.
Yes. The
Or
new
this one.
lizard looks like a gigasaur. So skinny penis, man.